kill here onto the clockwork. You've got my pros just level 6. That low ground, I think.
A lot of damage up, but Phoenix is trying to help out. It looks like they might lose Sheng-Si, and they do eventually.
Question mark? The fact that eventuated from it other than TB just getting some space to farm.
Go. Make his way up top. We'll see. Kinetic shield onto MyPro, and the hook shot is going to connect on a creep, but MyPro is still trapped within the cogs. Again, they just collapse on this Legion Mandarin. With that, they can actually get this top tier 1 tower. Living armor is going to be nowhere near enough to keep it alive.
So it gets all those reactive armor stacks up with the creep wave and just tanking the tower hits as well. They're totally happy with this, and they're all in position to be able to contest
Dire's top
bounty
tower
runes
has
side.
fallen.
I think they
Radiant's fallen.
I think they
Radiant's
You need the Midas, you need the Maelstrom, which is about halfway to. Or they hook the real one on the bot side near the tower.
They have A&P going down again. Rico, very, very effective on this clockwork so far. And MyPro is going to go for a dual attempt with the Mortimer's Kisses, and they do get it. But he has a lot of reactive armor going. He's just not dying. They do commit the Sonic Wave eventually, but now Phoenix coming in with a DD. Going to go after MyPro. The cookie will get him out of the cogs. Meta from Haru still doing a lot of damage with the glimpse back, and they do eventually kill off the LC. So both offlaners going down, and Aries, they are going to focus down that tier 1 mid tower once again.
3 ultis spin just to kill the Timber Sword. Didn't even get the dual damage. Proper clear there by Rico to scout it out, but
has fallen.
mid tier 1 tower going down. And be the game decided by vision. We talk about the Arc Warden needing some of these key items to come up online before he can actually achieve his win condition. If you're able to catch him out before then, suddenly question mark don't have too much ammunition to be able to. So really nice observable near the Dire.
ASTER.ARIES looking good match. I believe this is the first match, in fact, where within the first 15 minutes they've had the net worth lead. And that's a real problem especially for KNP, who's been caught out twice on the Arc Warden so far. Snowball quite quickly on this hero. Otherwise, turn into a much tougher game. Rico has hook shot up. See Lee, but he's going to go for the other hook shot attempt on some Micro, and again connects it perfectly. Micro will press the attack and run, but they definitely have a lot of damage out. In fact, there's 4 heroes coming in. Phoenix now jumping in, getting a dominating spree, and he will get another. Leap also going down to LWW. Love this aggression from ASTER.ARIES.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah, it's working
Radiant's
perfectly.
middle
I mean, I know I
tower is under
highlighted the
attack.
effectiveness of that Observer Ward that previously fought out the Arc Warden, but it's just had a compound effect as well. With that one, they were able to push forward, get a kill onto 2 heroes, and in the meanwhile, you've had a
Dire's
Treant
bottom
Protector
tower
who
is under attack.
potentially been protecting his team, but he had to use the sentry wards just to find that one clever, elusive sentry that was placed down previously. Really good value coming out here. Warding's important.
Warding is very important, sir. Control that die triangle. Question mark. I'm gonna get back in my pro. Press the attack again. Phoenix is just waiting for it. Seeing how far he'll go. Leona X. Nature's Grasp. There, Macau gonna jump in now. They commit the overgrowth. They should be able to get these supports. Static Storm has been committed. Rico trying for a hook, but can't quite catch on to Phoenix.
Dire's bottom tower
The
is under attack.
LWW, they try to get out of there, but eventually does go down with the Disruptor. Thought that could have been pretty bad, question mark, but ultimately ASTER.ARIES decided not to fight it out.
No, I think they were... I'm kind of a little lost as to what they were expecting to happen there. Phoenix wasn't in position to be able to follow up, unlike here where he's got the assistance of Shang-Chi. Pops Mikhail.
Great pick on. Ensure you lost both your supports, but killing off that mid-quap is going to feel a lot nicer here for ASTER.ARIES, and it goes straight onto a bottom tier 1 tower.
You know that Overgrowth was used in that previous big team fight around
Radiant's
the
middle
tower.
tower is
You know
under
that
attack.
Mortimer's Kisses were just
Dire's
used. So
bottom tower
now you
is
can just
under
park
attack.
your Timber Sword down here on the bottom side. He's tanking up the tower hits. Best to take down this tier 1, but unless you've got the TB assisted you, probably not going to make it happen.
Slow process. KP be in with the Tempest double. That Midas on cooldown. They will just rush the Tempest double now, but won't be able to lock it down long enough, so back towards that tier 1 tower.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Should eventually drop. Living armor delaying just a little bit,
Dire's
but
bottom tower has
they do
fallen.
get it.
But this is the thing, right? They know that the Terrorblade isn't there, otherwise that tower would have gone down so much faster. Why then do you not try and make a gang squad happen with MyPro and the rest of the supports
Radiant's
to try and
middle
find the
tower
TV?
is under
Because
attack.
or else you've got decent vision, not tri-camp area. You know he's probably not on this top side because that's where you've been hanging around.
Dire's
So where's
bottom
left?
tower is under
Their
attack.
tri-camp and their jungle. So try and make one of them happen. Even if you don't find him, you can maybe get a pincer move. Shot there. Fine, leave still.
Trouble on the northern side. Leaf is going to lose his life to Phoenix. Now, want to go for more. Jewel is going to be on the Timbersaw again. So Phoenix has a free game to just jump in with Assimilate. Now Aether locking in Macau. Overgrowth not going to be there in time. They do end up killing off the Timber, but at what cost? Rico does finally drop it. Now Haru does join the fray. Side's better of it. Be a 2 for 2.
I like the commitment there coming through from Shang-Chi. It was on about 100 HP, was going to tick down to the Shadow Strike anyway. I think if armor stacks onto him. So just fully suicidally committing in and blowing up Mikhail one more time means that the pressure on this Terrorblade is much less. Need a 30. I'm a little surprised that Question Mark still committed forward Legion commit.
Dire are
Because
scanning.
Snapfire had just died. You're not going to be able to pop a Timbers in that amount of time without the Mortimer.
That's what I was about to ask you. Why do they keep Jewel Timbersaw?
I don't think you just need the magic damage to make it happen, and they haven't. It's as simple as that.
Right. Might go for a smoke. Yeah, they will. Leave KMP behind. 4. buy space for
Radiant
the
are
Arc Warden.
scanning.
He's got the boots of travelers. He's going to join in. And
Dire's top
Finished.
tower is under attack.
Target they want to run into. It's going to be LWW.
That's
They'll
a much
take what
easier.
they can
Radiant's
get.
middle tower is under attack.
When you start.
Not quite what you want as a for a 4-man smoke, but I guess you just take it.
you take it. If you could transition that into a mid-tier one, you're pretty happy.
Try.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Back and magnetic field. Great combination.
I mean, the fact that you're at a net tower disadvantage with a Treant Protector on your team is never a good sign.
True.
Think of the hating to go into, you think. If I want to push, what heroes don't I want on the other team? Venomancer, Treant Protector, Arc Warden. So they got two of those three. It's not good. I guess it's it. Heroes did.
Let's not give these guys any ideas, alright? I can't put up with the team certain. Alright. Working straight for the BKB up next, so just be able to fight with his team, and we have seen that a bit in the previous engagements. He does like to get involved if he does have the Metamorphosis up and available. That BKB is going to feel a lot safer moving in with his team. He's had the Manta up for such a long time now.
Rock it on.
Question mark, haven't really been able to slow this man down at all. He's had such a free game on this Terrorblade.
He's had a free game, and he's gone this unselfish build. You know, he's gone into the plus 250 health, attack
Radiant's
speed, so
middle
despite
tower
the fact
is
that
under
he's just
attack.
been able to sit back and farm wherever he wants,
Boom.
they haven't
there it
punished him for
goes.
it, right? So if they did, I suppose he might take a little bit longer to die. They would show up and maybe get the turnaround kill with the rest of the heroes on Ares, but weaken somewhat of their objective take.
Going on, they have found that Timbersaw again, and they are going to be able to kill him.
No dual win.
It's a bit unfortunate. Take what you can get. Question mark too. I still just question allowing Haru to do this. Like, hasn't been touched on this Terrorblade.
He hasn't been touched, but by the same measure, neither really has KNP outside of a couple nice hook shot there. So I think they're generally okay with it. He's nearly the Mjolnir, so he's going to be able to push lanes out exclusively with his Tempest double and played ranged hero into a magnetic. It's not a great
Vips. Out, Treant Protector, GP, not going to be able to work out. Phoenix managed to connect the Aether Remnant.
They're lost. I'm assuming back and lost.
Yeah. Fine.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
Leona's asking the real question. Still, how do you think the state of the game is? Like, ASTER.ARIES obviously ahead, 4k net worthly. The Arc Warden though, KMP, you mentioned it, he's farming, he's getting there, he does have the Maelstrom up.
About 150 or so away from the Mjolnir. That's nice for him, but you have to think about the later stages of the game. We talked about on the panel issues that Question Mark have had with... It's all well and good to be able to bend endlessly Protector and the Arc Warden. When you try to take the initiative, what really happens? So I feel like their lineup is so much more based around getting this pick, scaling into the late game, and just overwhelming them with heroes against the wall.
It's fair. You think ASTER.ARIES are kind of up on a timer here?
I think so. They've got some good timing so far with the TB, making something. Especially with the
Alright, we can't go yet, sir. You Void Spirit. Go.
he knows. But yeah, like you've got a Timbersaw, right? He drops off. That's just a foregone conclusion. You can get a Lotus Soul for yourself and give it to the TB or maybe even Lincoln's, and that'll help him out a little bit. Same thing with the Void Spirit. Yeah, you can get the silence, which is going to be handy against the like of a Queen Pain, but it's the Terrorblade that's doing it. And if you've got a direct counter on the other team that's still having a pretty decent game, got to be at least a little.
Do you think we'll get a new hero?
I think it's going to be Valkyrie. People have,
Valkyrie?
yeah, people that there were some leaked files and stuff with like Vampire, Puppet Master. And I just think that because TI-10 was supposed to be hidden, Valkyrie is kind of like... Maybe that was how they...
I didn't even realize there was a Valkyrie coming. Might have heard of his...
Murmurings as well about heroes called Valkyrie and a vampire type in a certain other MOBA that saying maybe... I'm keen on that. Gimme Chipper, gimme Bombardier.
Gonna have a look at some... Not many couriers going on though. Mostly the... That's obviously a...
They got to up there.
I think so.
Bloodhound, right? Saint Bernard. Like, you know the Saint Bernards that go on the Alps and they have the little brandy around their neck for travelers and that.
For us, there is a reconnection now. We're going ahead. Unpause this game. We are voting for the Arcana vote. Love of God, no stuff.
Witch Doctor. Give him the vote.
I voted Witch Doctor.
Rest well. Your
Back
death
into
has
things, and
consequence.
I think they need to get up a smoke, even if it's not to quickly find any heroes. They need to get some people right now and
Radiant's middle tower is
are going
under
to
attack.
enable them to make these things happen. They should have seen where that rocket flare came from if they were paying
Radiant's middle
attention
tower has
left
fallen.
side of the map, but it doesn't look like they're making too many moves, so this is exactly what Ares need to do. Taking the Roshan, Karu, second life is going to be pretty handy, although they give it to the Void Spirit now that he's picked up his Ag 7. Typically, you don't want to go into it straight away as a first item. You want to transition from build up feels so underway. He's had a decent game himself. Now's the goat.
Good pass to Ares. He gets smoked right into that die side triangle. Haru on the front lines. That is done. Run into the Tempest double. He'll break his smoke on it and he'll just accept the gold, or maybe not. The magnetic field gonna buy some time, but no. It does go down and they look
Dire's
for more.
courier has been killed.
See you later.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
That'll be it though. Tempest double and a courier.
Good reactions for question mark, but keep saying it, you can't be reactionary. Meta of Dota. You need to be playing proactively. The enemy team, do something to what you're doing. Have them on the back foot, because otherwise,
Dire's middle tower
game
is under
where
attack.
they can do it a little bit with the Arc Warden draft. They want to find LWW as the main priority.
Great hook shot in from Rico on relief. He's going to stop any form of Mortimer's Kisses flying out. Sonic Flame is going to be there, and the Overgrowth is also out. Now the Mortimer's Kisses do come in, but they are still going. ASTER.ARIES willing to fight. MyPro needs to go for a run. Leaf will do the same. Chakram in from Sheng-Chi. Rico dying to KP on the Arc
Radiant
Warden.
are
That was
scanning.
Tempest double off the clockwork. So 2 for 1 so far, the clock losing her line.
That was perfect.
But ASTER.ARIES, you supports, you get the mid pop. Are you really that upset?
I don't think you're upset because it could have gone so much worse. You know, they got the Blink duel onto Void Spirit, so he wasn't really a factor in that team fight in terms of offensive potential, but you want to be building up that dual damage.
Dire's middle
MyPro.
tower is under attack.
Walking around a bit too long in the mid lane. Cookie, save from Lee. Seeing if he can go for more, but not.
That Disruptor should be targeting number 4 in every single. Speaking of, they caught him out and they get the block shot.
That's a big pick off. KNP
If you come back, I'll
down
kill you
again. And Rico, of all people, to take it on the clockwork.
VP from game number 2, Rico, he's been fantastic with these hook shots landing. And it's typically LWW that plays the clock on ASTER.ARIES, so he's
Dire's
fitted into
middle
this
tower
drop.
is under attack.
And he has. They're going to slowly start chipping away at that mid-tier 2 tower now. Living armor going to delay things, but
That is up. Like, you can push.
Dire's
35
structures
seconds,
are
no Arc
fortified.
Warden. They're forced to pump the glyph. That might kind of reveal the fact that
Dire's middle
Arc
tower
Warden's in
is
no
under
position
attack.
to defend right now.
Dragon Scale even helping out on Shang-Chi. Tomb was just certainly gone.
Radiant's top tower
Not
is
to pop
under
the meta
attack.
just yet, but the fact that you can now take away the
Dire's middle
outpost
tower
from
has
is a
fallen.
bonus.
Rock it on.
But they could tend to just pick up these bounty runes. It's going to be a 2-for-2 trade, and we talk about some of that vision that they needed to get up. Now's the time where you have the freedom to play.
Haru looks like he wants to go for another bottom tier 2 tower now.
I wonder if someone bought out this just placed in front of the tier 3 tower in mid,
Dire's
because the
bottom
sentry's
tower
only got
is
about
under
5
attack.
seconds left on it, so that creep wave not going to walk over it in time. Really nighttime save Aster. Super deep and super hard to deal with.
Radiant's middle
WW.
tower is
Run
under
into
attack.
Leon X.
Dire's
avoid
bottom
each other.
tower has fallen.
Look around, see if you can spot anyone out.
Tier 2 towers without having to use the meta. Like, that is a big deal. And they've still got left on the Aegis, so now you've still got that capability. They're going to go in, found MyPro a little bit.
Nope. Yeah. Still safer now. They're just going to let Rico hookshot in. Hogs push back to the low ground, but Phoenix is still going to have the damage output, so it's no real problem.
Radiant structures are fortified.
KMP trying to split push with the Tempest double, not really being that effective.
As best he can. LWW, I think, has auto attack on because he attacked that Legion commander up onto the high ground. So that did reveal that they had that vision up
Radiant's
there.
top tower
They
is
made
under
sure that
attack.
Let's go back to the point you were mentioning before, where it's about being proactive rather than reactionary here for question mark. We just haven't seen them
Radiant's
smoke
top
up and try to
tower
take a
is
big
fallen.
team fight. In fact, Leaf is in a spot of trouble now. Phoenix gonna get a very easy Yules into the 8th. The Remnant Leaf's still alive. The Overgrowth's gonna come out. They're just trying to get the Snapfire out of here. A great shot from our Quap. The Aegis will also expire on Haru, so it looks like that's time for Aries to back off.
Leaf's still alive. He had an urn on him as well, but the getting on point with that living armor from Treant Protector and standing underneath the tier 4 towers made sure he didn't get ticked down from it. He's been great all game so far, Rico, but he missed with his hook shot there. I think that is a completely different peak fight if you go soak up a lot of that save potential.
At what point do question marks start fighting back? I mean, it's been so defensive. Is the game plan just keep buying space for KMP to keep split pushing?
That's all they have. They've got at their disposal. Whereas 10-second BKB on the Queen of Pain is nice, but you need to be roaming as a squad with the Legion and Snapfire to be able to take full advantage of that. Snapfire is pretty tanky. Greaves, stats from Clumsy Net, Wand, that's all you need as a strength hero. Like,
Back to farming for KMP. He's working towards that MKB now on this Arc Warden. Haru doing the exact same thing, also trying to get an MKB up on this Terror Blade, and tells me it might be a little bit more effective on this TB.
now that he's got the Skadi as well, that extra HP means that even if you do get this 4-man smoke rotation through it, it doesn't guarantee a kill even in the duration of the
Dire's top tower is under
living
attack.
armor, but I don't think they're in it. They're going to try and find Leona, but
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Into top
attack.
tower though. It's gone. That's your final outer tower now. Question mark going
Dire's
down.
top tower
They are
is
not
fallen.
even trading the bottom
Radiant's bottom tower
Tower.
is under
they
attack.
have to. In my mind, they absolutely have to do a play like that, because then you can set up, you can have the Snapfire in an advantageous position, and more importantly, you can take back one of the outposts. You're going to be falling further and further behind if you don't.
I agree.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Hasn't been
attack.
happening. KMP, he'll go in. Tempest double once again, but even avoid the tower, go after that creep wave, see if you can catch it up.
Many.
Still, I mean, ASTER.ARIES just controlled the map. They have a 9k net worth lead. Only kills ahead, but with a 9k net worth lead, not going to feel great taking a fight, but question mark.
This is legitimately one of these games where Arc Warden dies without buyback and ASTER.ARIES just wins.
Yep.
He had 2200 gold and he's just used it on a Demon Edge, so he will not have buyback for the longest amount of time.
Radiant's bottom tower
Not necessarily
is under
pressure,
attack.
I'm not sure if Rico realizes it, but he is the game-winning condition again. I feel like he did it that time in game number 2 with those Burrow strikes on the roof. And I accept it.
You can't even blame ASTER.ARIES for not trying to make a high ground play anytime soon either. When you control the whole map like this, just
Radiant's bottom
it's
tower
almost a
is
free
under
win to
attack.
just keep farming. While question mark don't.
Well, I still think there's a point where the Arc Warden can come back into the things. You know, he's going into the MKB, which I think is good. You know, you need it to be able to burst through a lot of this damage quickly. But will it be enough? I'm quite so sure.
They wanted the glimpse on that Tempest double, but complete behind the world there on the disruptor.
Oh. No ground, but clockwork. That's the more.
Imagine ASTER.ARIES might just want to go for the next Roshan place. Is up.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Up.
under attack.
20 as well on the Void. By the way, we love to see it.
Love to see that. The faster you can blow up KMP, the better. Who cares for magnetic field if you have a Dagon 5?
They're all clustered around this area. Void Spirit's probably the furthest one away. Trying to get that myself, but like when you're baiting it a little bit, I feel on Arc Warden. But how much of it is bait? How much of it is being in a
Radiant's
poor
top
position?
tower
Because I
is
feel
under attack.
he could have died a couple of. They've spotted the fact that Roche is up though. Whereas make a beeline for it. It's got the telescope. Super handy, given the extra range as well. TV.
Dream.
Dire are
Dream for every
scanning.
position 5. ASTER.ARIES for a quick Roshan play. They know their bot lane is just slowly being
Radiant's top
pushed in.
tower is under
And I
attack.
mean slowly. It's really only Leona X, Mikhail there. KMP gonna push it top lane with the Tempest
Your shaman has fallen to Radiant.
Aegis
Radiant's
goes,
top
but
tower is under
ASTER.ARIES,
attack.
double damage is still active for Phoenix, so if you can catch someone up, very easy kill for the Void Spirit.
See, now this time on the Treant Protector, I don't mind seeing a Force, because your game completely revolves around this Arc Warden surviving and being in the right position. And there's a Clockwork. Probably going into the, yeah, the plus power cogs hit. So you need that save potential. Now he's going into the mid. Which is good. Question mark, they're making the right decisions, it's just a matter of is it. Maybe someone's going to go looking. Kale's hanging around nearby, level 18, so he's
Boom! There it goes.
feels it to try and make them bit work. He's got the hook, but no.
It's double gonna split out Rico. Overthrow, not gonna connect, and Rico just hook shots out of there. Raider.
I mean, they had the Flux available. They slowed him down, but that Tempest double. I mean, Arc Warden is a great hero in this game, or question mark, if you can play it to its full potential. But we're just seeing some mismicroing here and there that just means that you're not getting that extra kill you might need to alleviate that allows you to come through.
An Aghanim Scepter coming out sooner rather than later on this disruptor to birth. Just holding that Philosopher's Stone. Once that axe is up, question how they take a team fight, question mark.
Gold boys. Carry now.
On the brighter side for
Radiant's
question mark, they do
bottom
have a
tower is
repair
under
kit
attack.
on their Treant Protector, so
If it wasn't annoying enough, yeah, Leona's trying to go for the double bonk onto the courier, reveals itself a little bit by doing
Restore the void within.
the blink dagger.
pesky Leo. He has disrupted
Illusion.
possible. Cal still just forcing in that bottom lane, but now there's Satanic up on your TV, and Phoenix is looking to go after Leaf. They do get the glimpse off in time. That'll be Leaf
Radiant's
dead.
top tower has fallen.
That's good. See, he does have buyback, but anything else on the team that do? Realize their time is now. They've given the cheese over to this Timber Source, so he's just going to be front lining for the job.
No very, very patient with the meta usage. AMP. Pop the magnetic field down, and that'll be enough.
They're trying to find this dream from the backside. They should know where he is. He blinks away, and they catch him.
But they may. Silence does
Radiant
connect
are scanning.
Phoenix. Does he realize? Oh, it's a great aim to Remnant. See ya. The owner. Yeah, he's gone. Thunderstrike was enough.
He's got buyback though. So the annoying times continue.
Pete still split pushing with that Tempest double. Going for an Eye of Skadi up next on the quarter. Phoenix still trying to work towards that Dagon.
I think it's perfectly fine to go Dagon this time. It's all just about popping that arc before he's able to have impact on his team. 220 gold away from his buyback, so you don't expect him to leave the base up and down. To me, he's just away. Maybe trying to force the buyback out of the Treant Protector if he had it. Something I could think of. That.
They panic, try and heal up, but magnetic field down once again from KMP. They're going to go in the field, but Haru, that is way too much damage to take, and he's going to survive. That had been a Mjolnir proc, that would have been your 8. He's just gone.
They got 45 seconds, but not the worst. And the tower gets healed.
That's my thing. I'm sitting here wondering, is it really not worth just popping your meta if you're going to commit for that tier 3? Is that going to be too big of a problem? Because he hasn't used meta in the past, I want to say 5 to 10 minutes.
It's been a while. Waiting for a question mark to make a mistake as a trying to take the game into their own hand. That Rico, is that actually going to... And pings come out because keen to get a kill on the board. The way to do it. Wind Spirit nearby. Pop kill would be big.
The hook shot surely. And he does. Perfect line there from Rico with the close pushback, and now the silences. No, Mikhail, he will be able to BKB. Be his way out. Aries unable to secure a kill. On the brighter side, they do find a Spell Prism. It'll be very, very nice for our Void Spirit. He did just pick up a Dagon to boot.
Mind him still just continuing to hold the Mind Break. He's got plenty of reduction. Just giving it to the down. 500 gold away from that Axe Scepter as well on Disruptor. He's having a great day.
Treant is got to be so annoying for the side of ASTER.ARIES. They just never are able to catch him out. KMP, his Tempest double will get glimpsed back. Looks like there could be an easy duel opportunity up at the top lane onto LWW. If he believes he's alone, which it seems like he may, My Pro is going to go for the duel attempt. Now, KMP does come in, and they do win the duel. That is 40 damage now.
Only 2 duel victories have been on that Disrupt. I think they just need to hit him every single time. Glimpse available. Now you can see that he's getting Ags. And he just dies so much quicker than this Timber. Really, what are you worried about against this Timber at the nearly 40-minute mark? Sure, he could protect the rest of his team somewhat, but it's not going to completely turn the team fight around like a Disrupt.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Shot, bot lane, they go up the top again with the silences, and this time they blow him up.
Zap is there.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Dagon, he does have the Spell Prism as well, so those cooldowns are much lower. Haru will be on defense duty on the team. Leon, how are you getting yourself in these positions?
Cheeky little blink dagger, you know.
Go get the mangoes.
Take the mangoes.
Take the mangoes, come on, sir. It's not just meme in the middle of the
Rico, no. Fire a rocket flare over the...
There's a ping. Oh, he does know. Problem is the guy's invis. Gem available, dropped up.
They do, and when he reaches level 20, you'll have that rocket flare true sight as well. So, handy for cheeky tree.
A lot of value once you...
Careful. nearby. The creeps are going to start
Oh,
hitting him.
great hook shot in from Rico. He does catch him out, and he knows it. He knows he's in there somewhere. Fiona gonna get out of the tree line. Does complete the overgrowth, but he has an Aghanim Scepter, so he rearms the hook shot. And even my pro going down at the top lane, Haru, just soloing the LC, and it's again without the meta. Just doesn't need it.
Does not need it. How? 10 seconds, one of the fastest reset timers we can have. And what would be more? I suppose it's the pressure that they're hoping for. Accepted.
Onto the high ground again it is.
Another to the tally.
KMP off that magnetic field.
Dire's middle tower.
Time
is
around,
under
this
attack.
tier 3 main descent up dropping. That's a lot of damage out from your TB and your Void Spirit. They just jump in and they collapse on your Arc Warden. KMP is gone without buyback.
Is under attack.
One death on the Arc Warden is all it takes.
Hook shot in, and they found another. Looks like they have poured out, snapped by Elite. Dust goes 4. But now an axe is up on your Disruptor. Glimpse back on Elite to Cookie again when he does drop it. Now the duel is out onto the TV, but it is not looking great. MyPro about to fall and does. Now Mikkel has been left alone. Haru, he's on a triple. There will be another out from Phoenix. Getting that treat. This well and truly does look like it's GG. They're going for tier 4s. They've had enough.
Don't care, no Treant Protector. You've got the repair kit on cooldown as well. Snapfire went forward to try and get it through, and that's it. 1 kill on Arc Warden, that's all it takes.
I mean, you literally called it. Very well done.
But even better done to ASTER.ARIES, right? They needed this win to be able to come through into a stage of the group stage. Now they've just got 1 series left on Mad Monday tomorrow against T1, and if they win that, I'm pretty sure they advance on through.
I guess we'll see how it all pans out. Speaking of T1, we do have them coming up next.